So if you're anything like me, you might have spent some time studying your openings, whether that be on Lichess Studies, on ChessBase, you bought an opening book, or you just found some random ideas on some YouTube videos that you would like to try out in your own games. These are all, of course, excellent resources, and the opening is one of the most important aspects in all of chess. But the problem is, then when we actually sit down to play the game, it seems like a lot of this time and energy was for nothing because we can't even remember half of all of the lines that we've studied. This can be one of the most frustrating, most annoying feelings in chess, and based on all the comments that I've been receiving on my YouTube videos asking me to talk about how I train my openings, it seems like I'm not alone on this. So today, I wanted to share with you a new resource that I found, which really has made a huge difference for me to actually remember the lines that I've been studying and even create some new lines from scratch. And I really do think it could make a huge difference for your chess improvement as well. Quick disclaimer, this video is sponsored by My Chess Notebook, but the website with all of its features is completely free. So this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I'm actually going to be playing in two tournaments, one Rapid and one Blitz event. And in my speed chess events, I like to play a slightly different opening repertoire, specifically the Jobava London. So we're going to now use My Chess Notebook to study these lines. We're going to go to mychessnotebook.com. You can create an account completely for free just by using Google. You just sign in. We're going to go to dashboard. And as you can see here, I've already been working on some lines in the Catalan for the black pieces. But we now want to work a little bit on the Jobava London. So what we're going to do is select new folder. We're going to make it red just because. And we're going to call it the Jobava London. Now, create folder. And here we can see we now have a new folder with no lines in it. Now, we're going to start by putting new line. We have to select Jobava London as the folder. And we're going to now start inputting the moves. If you've already studied with ChessBase, with Lichess, and you have the PGNs, you can import them here. Or if you're following along a YouTube video, for example, this is a great tool. You can just follow the YouTube video and put the lines in here. Now, I have just studied it, so we're going to import it manually. And we can also see the engine analysis in case you only want to use this without any other guidance. That also works perfectly fine. So we're going to do d4, d5, knight c3, knight f6, bishop f4, the starting position of the Jobava London. And we can input all of these different lines into the folder. You can put an unlimited amount of lines. We're going to start with the main move, e6, knight b5, knight to a6, e3, c6, knight back to c3. And here there's two lines that I want to study. One of them is the main move, knight back to c7, and the other one is bishop d6. So we're gonna undo because I want to start with knight to c7, where here the main move is knight f3, bishop d6, and knight to e5. And after castles, if I'm not mistaken, bishop d3 is a good move. And as you can see, we already have a good position. I know a common move is rook e8, and here you can see we can use the engine, we can remember our lines as well. And we never want to forget that queen f3 is a very important move, with the idea of then potentially playing queen to g3 and threatening bishop h6, or threatening things related to this bishop that's stuck on d6. Here, let's say black just plays another move because I want to remember how to punish. Bishop d7. Aha, here we already have knight takes f7. So this is something we don't want to forget. In case of king takes f7, bishop takes d6. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to save this line down here. First, we actually have to give it a name. So let's call this c6, knight c7 with e6. So this is what we want to call the line. Save line. And now we can see in the Jobava London folder, it is saved here. This is the line that we've just looked at. Now, let's practice it. By clicking on the practice button, we can turn off show moves. And now it's going to give us the spaced repetition that we need to practice this line. d4, d5, knight c3, knight f6, bishop f4, e6, knight b5, knight f6. So it seems like I am remembering everything correctly. e3, c6, go back, knight c7, knight f3, bishop c6, knight f5, correct, bishop e3, queen f3. And here we had, whoa, not this move. I almost played that automatically and I was forgetting it. That was not the correct line. It's knight takes f7. And here bishop takes d6. Correct. Line complete. And now we can practice again, or if we forgot something, we can study and we can take a look at all of the moves. We can also replay the moves like this, just if we want to observe and study them. And we can use randomized spaced repetition to never forget every single moment of the line that we're studying. Now, let's go back to the dashboard because we want to insert a new line. Also, we're going to put the folder, Jobava London, and we're going to play D4, D5, C4, no, not C4. Here we can just click undo if this is not what we wanted to look at. Knight C3, Knight C4, E6, Knight E5, Knight 6, E3, C6, Knight 3. And now, instead of looking at the line that we were just looking at with Knight C7, we're going to study a new line, which is Bishop D6. Here, I remember the move being bishop takes, queen takes, bishop takes a6. We can also have the engine help us. The pawn takes back. And here, a very important move, knight to a4, to take control of the dark squares. Castles, knight f3, and if knight d7, let's see, we can play short castles, a5 to try to play bishop a6. And here, apparently c4 is a very good move, because if it takes back, let's see what happens. I'm curious. Now we have queen to c2, and we're playing against this damaged pawn structure. So now, let's call this bishop d6, bishop a3, because this is the line that we played. You can call it anything you want, but I'm just putting in the moves for simplicity. Save line, and now we can practice this as well. We go to Jobava London, and we play bishop d6, bishop a3. We turn off show moves if we don't want it to tell us the line, but you can always turn it on if you forgot something. d4, d5. So we finished studying the line once again. We didn't make any mistakes. We took 61 seconds and we did everything perfectly. Now we can continue creating an unlimited amount of folders and adding an unlimited amount of lines into each separate folder. But now I actually want to show you my favorite feature of this website, which is the Masters Practice database. So what we can do is we first turn off auto replay mode, and we can insert any position that we want, whether that be on move 1 if you want to do that. But usually what I like to do is insert a line that I've been studying, and then what happens is, let's just put the main position of the Jobava London. Once we turn on auto replay mode, it plays one of the moves from the top Masters moves in the database. So essentially we're practicing our opening lines against randomly selected moves from Masters, and that way we can double check our opening repertoire and see if there's anything that we've forgotten, or just practice it if you think you know the lines very well. So a6, against a6, I believe I can just play e3, bishop f5, bishop d3, e6. Okay, I think we can take back on f5 and play queen d3 to attack this pawn. There's still some games here, but let's play knight f3. So now there's no more Masters games in this line, but now what we can actually do is put this line into the new lines and see if we actually played correctly based on the engine. So d4, d5, knight c3, knight f6, bishop f4, and yes, it turns out we did do everything well, and we have a good position. Let's just save the line here. And now we're back on our dashboard where we can see all of the openings that we've been studying. So I really hope this tool can help you out just as it has helped me with my own personal chess openings and making sure I don't just forget them, because I actually get to practice them with these integrated tools that are available on this website. The link is in the description of this video if you want to check it out. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, then please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.